Pathfinder is an experiment in how to design a school for a single cohort of kids. It's been a really joyous experience for us and for me and my team to really start to more deeply understand and reconnect to what it is to be a kindergartner and what that experience is like. I think to truly understand our intent, you actually have to get down at a child's level. I literally had our design teams walking around on their knees, beginning to understand what the perspective of a kindergartner is. Ultimately, the goal is to create this sense of wonderment in a child. We did surveys with our staff that asked them to recall their initial moments in kindergarten and what they were. My initial responses were about play and nap time. But what surprised me in the responses was that a lot of our respondents said that fear and anxiety was a big part of their kindergarten experience. One of the other pieces was we sat through 2 sessions of kindergarten at one of the existing schools. We began to see that transitions take a lot of time. We began looking at how do we bring services to kids? How do we deal with spaces that typically in a K-5 can be somewhat anxiety-provoking, like a big dining hall. So in Pathfinder, we actually have 4 dining areas where food and services are brought to the kids. Specialists are pushed into the pods. There's this idea of fluidity, that students move out of their classroom to work with specialists, to go to dining, to go to play. The movement in and between different activities is much more fluid and seamless.
The colors, the wayfinding, the pod space felt like a home. So each pod has a particular symbol: ladybug, bumblebee, grasshopper, and caterpillar. And it has a color to help kids understand, okay, I'm in the right space. When school begins, they start by having breakfast. They can drop their things off in their classroom, their backpack, their lunch, and it steps away to the table and to food. It steps away to clean up, steps away to their classroom.
There's a lot of research out there that says that the environment has a direct impact on the way students achieve. We knew that kindergartners learned a significant amount of time on the floor, so the direct response was, let's heat the floors. There are a lot of tactile textures, the ceilings, there's surfaces that invite students to touch them. We had our independent researchers do some case study analysis. We've compared that against another district elementary school, and what we're finding is that we did in fact reduce transitions fairly significantly, about 60%.
In the last couple of years that the building has been open, I have seen higher achieving students than I ever have in my entire career. I just think the idea that everything is leveled for kids, it empowers 5-year-olds. That empowerment then allows them to not only grow academically, but socially and emotionally, which is probably even bigger than the academics.
The teachers here are amazing. You can tell they love their job because these kids thrive. And in this environment, that's what they need. I love the little chairs. I love that everything is made for them, the sinks, everything. It's so great for their curiosity.
When I come into Pathfinder, the joy is present. Like, this building is beautiful just by itself, but it's spectacular when there are kids that are engaged, they are thriving. You go out onto the play yard, it's a wonderland.
I've had many exciting projects to work on in my career, which is over 30 years, but I think this is perhaps the most exciting. My heart and my passion for young primary age kids always is with me, and being a part of this design has enabled me to go back to that passion of creating a fabulous learning experience for our youngest kids to excite them, inspire them, and learn to love learning.